Hello and welcome to your 30-minute advanced practice. My name is Aelea and I'm so looking forward to guiding you through your practice today. So today's practice is all about headstand prep. So it seems a little irresponsible to guide you into headstand if I'm not there with you, because you could roll right on over and we want to make sure that you're feeling safe to do so. So today is all about the prep work. You'll find that when you're doing prep for headstand, your body might be ready and you might just kind of tip over and find it, which is great. But today we're working that prep to get you comfortable and to get your body ready for it. So we're going to start today in child's pose. So you're going to make your way into child's pose around the middle of your mat. Knees will be out nice and wide, big toes come together, arms reach forward, and allow your forehead to rest on the mat. This is an active child's pose, so you're pressing your palms into the mat like you're trying to push the mat away from you. Sit bones connect with heels, eyes can close here, and just start noticing your breath. As you inhale, asking yourself, where do I feel my breath in my body? And as you exhale, just noticing where you feel your body softening. You can begin to lengthen your inhales and your exhales. And in our practice today, often linking breath with movement, so having those lengthened inhales and exhales are a beautiful way to help you move with ease. On your next inhale, we're going to bring our palms right together above our head, nestling our elbows and our biceps close into our head, and then we bend at the elbows. Now you're going to walk those elbows a bit forward if you can, and start to reach those fingertips back behind you. Press the elbows into the ground and notice where you feel a stretch and an opening. Might be in through the armpits. Maybe you think, oh, I feel a stretch kind of around my shoulder blades. That's great. Just notice where you're feeling this in your body. We'll do one more cycle of breath, so a full inhale and a full exhale. Next inhale, release the arms, palms face down. Exhale, forehead lifts. Inhale, start walking the hands back towards your knees. Bring your knees together. We're going to tuck our toes under and just open through the soles of the feet. So make sure you're getting your pinky toes involved there. Kind of bend them under if you need. Sit up tall on your heels. We're going to take cow face arms. So inhale, arms reach out at shoulder height. Exhale, we're going to flip the right thumb down. Bend that arm behind our back. And then we reach the left arm up. Bend at the elbow, looking to connect either fingers if you can hold on, or maybe you just hold on to your shirt here. Wherever you're at, this left elbow's reaching up high, and notice if you started to kind of splay your ribs forward, we want to think of finding a nice knitted together rib cage, belly button towards the spine, really thinking of lengthening up and reaching your sit bones down. One more inhale here, and then exhale, we release the arms. Inhale, arms reach out again at shoulder height. Exhale, switching sides. So left thumb flips to face down, dive that arm behind your back, and then you reach that right arm up, bending at the elbow, again, reaching for the hands. You could also hold onto your shirt and kind of pull apart there if that's available to you. Reach that right elbow up. Again, think of tucking those ribs in towards the spine, belly button towards spine. Reaching the crown up, elbow up, you've got this. You might be starting to feel the soles of your feet and your toes a little bit here, starting to feel a little bit on fire. One more inhale. And then exhale, we release the arms. As you inhale, bring those palms forward, coming to tabletop, untuck the toes very gently, and you start to just tap them on the mat. Bring a little blood flow back in. You can do some circles with the ankles if you'd like. Beautiful job. In your tabletop, coming into our cat-cow. So inhale, tailbone lifts, belly drops, chest shines forward, look forward. Then exhale, press your hands, the tops of your feet, the shins into the mat. Look towards your spine, really rounding here. Inhale, finding your cow back. Exhale, finding cat back. One last cycle, inhale and exhale. Next, inhale, we find our neutral tabletop. We're going to tuck our toes under, and you're just going to hover your knees. So your knees are hovering an inch or two off the ground. You're still pressing in through the hands. Core is working here. Breathing. Notice that you're not dropping your neck down and looking towards your knees. Gaze is down between the hands. One more inhale, and then exhale. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. So you can start by pedaling out the feet here, finding length through the backs of the legs, and really press into the hands to find length through the spine as well. This upside down V shape, really helping us warm up the entire body. On your next inhale, bring your feet right together at center. We're going to come up onto the balls of the feet nice and high, and then allow both heels to kind of swivel to the left. They won't connect with the mat, that's perfect. Bend through the knees and press through the hands, so opening up through the right side of the body here. Big inhale and exhale, and then inhale, come back through neutral, reaching those hips up nice and high, feet still together. Next, inhale again, come up high on the balls of the feet. Let the heels kind of swivel to the right to bend into the knees and feel that stretch through the whole left side of the body now. Breathing deep. Beautiful job. Next, inhale, we come back up through neutral. And then exhale, we can separate those feet hip distance again. Let the heels get heavy to the mat. Inhale, reach that right leg high for the sky. Now we want to think of keeping our hips even, and we're going to bring this right leg back down, and we want to be able to keep it straight and let it just float down to the ground. So to do so, think of taking that femur bone and sucking it into the hip socket. You're going to feel your core really start to engage. One inhale here and then exhale. Slowly, slowly, slowly float that right foot back down to the mat. Beautiful. Inhale, left leg lifts nice and high, three-legged downward facing dog. And we're going to do the same thing. So think of sucking that right femur into the hip socket. Feel the lower abs engage here. One more inhale, and then exhale. We float that foot back down. So it's this beautiful slow motion, feeling the core work the entire time. Inhale here. Exhale. Knees down to the floor, untuck the toes, take a child's pose just for a moment, and reach the arms back towards your feet, letting your back round, shoulders round. Now for headstand, it's actually a lot of shoulder work. It's a lot of core work. So we'll be doing a bit of downward facing dog today, which can get a little tiring. So just be aware of that. And if at any time you want to take a little rest in child's pose, feel free to do so. Next, inhale, arms reach forward. Let's make our way back into our downward facing dog. So keeping that same idea in mind of our femur into the hip socket, engaging through the core, we're going to do some straight leg walks all the way to the top of our mat. So left heel gets heavy. Inhale, reach that right leg back, flex the foot. And then you're going to keep that leg straight, start opening the leg, make a big circle towards the right side, keep it straight. It's going to come all the way down, hovering, and then you're going to place it down like half a step in front of the left foot. So we're going to do now with the left leg. Inhale, take it back, and then reach it straight leg all the way around. It's going to hover off the mat, plant on the ground just a little bit in front of that right foot. So it's just these big kind of stretching steps, opening through the hips, using the core, slowly walking our way towards the top of the mat, alternating between left and right feet. You're going to do about 3 steps with each foot. You might get to the point where having the palms on the ground doesn't quite work anymore. Come up onto fingertips, that's great. And if you have blocks, that can also be a great option, putting your hands on your blocks for support. When you finish with the left foot beside the right in a forward fold near the top of your mat, enjoy that forward fold, release the weight of your head. Inhale, find a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up, arms reach up, look up, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Hands can be on the ground or the shins, your choice. Exhale, hands plant, step back. Inhale here. Now knees can be high or low, your choice for your vinyasa. You can start with them down low for our first one. Exhale, lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Untuck the toes. Inhale, baby cobra, chest peels off the ground. Tops of the feet press into the ground. Exhale, forehead to mat. Toes tuck under. Inhale, press up through modified plank. And then exhale, your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale here. Exhale, look forward. Step one foot at a time towards the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. So with a flat back, you're coming all the way up. Reach up, look up, and then hands down through heart center. Now we're going to do that same straight leg walk all the way back to downward facing dog. Really working through that core. Inhale, arms will sweep out and up, look up. Exhale, flat back, fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now if your palms can reach the mat, perfect. You could also be on spidered fingertips. And we're going to start our walk back left foot first. So you'll take about 3 steps back with the left and 3 with the right. So inhale, start just by lifting that left foot off the ground. So leg is straight, kind of sucking that femur bone into the hip socket. Leg goes out to the side, reach it all the way up and back. And then it steps back just a little bit behind that right foot. Now right side, hover that foot off the ground and then reach the leg out to the side, round it back. Slowly lower. We got 2 more steps with each foot. Take your time here. Feel your lower abs working a lot as you're lifting each foot, looping it around, and then placing it down. Last time with that left foot. Last time with the right foot, inhaling as you're extending, exhaling as you're putting it down, and then adjust to find your downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts nice and high towards the sky. Exhale, bend at the knee, trying to get the heel to your glute, and then bring that right knee to chest. So you're still in a downward facing dog shape, just trying to get that thigh all the way to your rib cage. Inhale, 3-legged downward facing dog, reach that right leg back. Exhale, bending at the knee, and then trying to bring that thigh all the way to your rib cage. One more time. Inhale, right leg lifts back. Exhale, bend at the knee. Try to bring that thigh all the way to the rib cage. Squeeze it all in, and then exhale, right foot meets the left. Let's do that on the left side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left heel to sit bone, and then bring that thigh to chest. Beautiful. 2 more like that. Inhale, 3-legged downward facing dog. Exhale, bring the heel to glute, and then thigh to chest. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Great job. Last time, thigh to chest, and then bring that foot down. Amazing. Let's take a brief moment in child's pose. Knees come down, big toes come together. Forehead rests on the mat. Arms can reach forward or you can reach them back, your choice. Take an inhale here. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, we reach those arms forward, coming back into our downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts nice and high towards the sky. Exhale, come up high on the ball of the left foot, right knee to chest. Think of getting that thigh right to the rib cage if you can, and then plant the right foot between the legs, left knee comes down. So we're taking more of an Excalibur style low lunge here. So right hand connects to the thigh, and then as you inhale, think of reaching the tailbone for that left knee, rounding through, engaging the core, and slowly lift that left arm up towards the sky. Feeling that nice stretch through that left hip flexor here, really reaching up through those left fingertips. Beautiful. One last inhale, and then exhale, reach that left arm forward. Take your right hand down beside you and then start to reach it back, coming into a twist. And if you can, look over top of that right thumb. Next, inhale. We have those left toes tucked under. We're just going to start by lifting the left knee. From here, warrior two. So your right hand drops down beside your hip. Left arm reaches up. Spiral the back heel to connect to the ground. And here you are, warrior two. Take an inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, we straighten through the front leg. Exhale, reach that right arm forward, coming into a variation of, triangle pose. So you can stay here just like this, keeping these arms reaching. So you're using your obliques here to hold you up, or you can reach that left arm up high, or reach your left arm past your ear. Really working things here. Don't lock out that front knee. You can add a micro bend if you need. And another option is just hands to hips. Depending on what your core strength is feeling like today, take the option that works best for you. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, wherever you're at, we sink back in to warrior two. Take a final inhale, warrior two. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands up and over, taking a vinyasa. So step back, high plank. Knees can be high or low, your choice. Lower halfway or all the way to the ground. When you inhale, your little back bend, and then exhale, making your way to downward facing dog. Doing that sequence on the opposite side. Inhale, left leg lifts nice and high. Exhale, high on the ball of the right foot. Left knee to chest, trying to get that thigh to the rib cage, and then you plant that left foot between your hands, right knee comes down. Inhale again, that more Excalibur style, really working the core to help us rise up, left hand on thigh, and then feel that core engage as you slowly come all the way up. Right hand lifts. Feel the stretch through the right hip flexor. Really find length through the right fingertips. Beautiful job. Your next inhale, this right arm is going to reach forward. Then your left arm reaches down beside you, then starts to reach back, finding a twist. Look back over that left thumb if you'd like, if it's available to you. Beautiful job. From here, we already have those right toes tucked, so we're simply going to lift the right knee, finding a standing twist. And then from here, your back arm reaches down beside you. Top arm cartwheels up and over. Make your way into warrior two. Gaze over top of that right hand. Inhale here. Then exhale, straighten through your front leg. Inhale, reach those left fingertips as far forward as you can and keep them reaching here. Again, our modified triangle pose. So your back arm can stay reaching back. You can reach it up for the sky, or you can reach it up and over your head, really using your obliques here to help you stay nice and strong. Now again, option, always take those hands to the hips if that's feeling better for you today in your body. Wherever you're at, let's do one more deep inhale, and then exhale, we find our warrior two. Inhale, hold here. And then exhale, take a vinyasa. Take whatever variation works best for you. Step back, high plank. You can lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, coming down onto the knees, we're gonna make our way into a dolphin. So for dolphin, palms are gonna come together. Hands are going to rest right between or right under the shoulders. From here, start in just this modified plank. So reaching the crown of your head forward, your heels back, core is working. Think of shortening that space between your low ribs and your hip bones. From here, you start to lift the hips nice and high, press into the forearms, and see if you can walk your feet in a little bit. Heels are getting heavy, similar to downward facing dog, and keep pressing through the forearms on the ground. Your head should not be touching the ground here. It's all the weight taken into the shoulders and the forearms. One more inhale here, and then exhale, lower those knees down. Find a brief stretch in a child's pose, and then we come on up. So coming into our headstand prep. So there's a few key things, which is going to be that we're not really putting lots of weight into our head. So similar to dolphin that we were just in, it's really your forearms taking the weight. Now to set up, you can make this little like I am Genie kind of stance here with your arms. And then this is the distance you want them to be. So your arms connect to the mat. Reach your hands forward, similar to like in dolphin, and then interlace your fingers. You're making just this nice little place to rest your head. So the very crown of your head is going to come to the ground. Watch that you're not too far on your forehead or too far back. And then your hands just cradle your head. Now from here, notice if you're dumping weight into your head already. Think of bringing your shoulder blades onto your back, already pressing into the forearms. From here, toes are tucked under, legs straight in. So our options for prep, you're just start to walk your feet towards your hands as much as you can. So we're trying to get our hips right above our shoulders. Now a prep option is just reaching one leg for the sky, coming up as high as you can onto the tiptoes of the other foot, and then bringing this foot back down. Reach the right leg up. Come up as high as you can to the left toes, and then come back down. Another prep option is bringing the heel towards the sit bone, bringing it back down. Other side, heel towards sit bone, bring it back down. Start to walk your feet back out. We find ourselves in a child's pose. So after we had all that weight kind of into the forearms, and even though we were working to press into the forearms, inevitably we might get some weight into the head and neck while we're practicing, while we're learning. So a child's pose just helps us find that beautiful spine extension once again. Breathe here. Next, inhale, press into the palms, walk your hands up. Let's make your way onto your sit bones. So that prep that we did, you can do that as often as you want. You could even stop the video, do that a few more times if you want. Eventually you might get to the point where you're lifting your leg up into the sky and you're like, oh, I can just lift my toes off the ground. You'll just come up into headstand. A great thing you can also do is practice up against a wall. That's going to give you that support there so you feel confident that you won't roll right over. So now that we're here in our lovely seated, we're going to take our legs wide, nice little diamond shape. Inhale, reach the crown up nice and high, and exhale, find that forward fold. A little extra opening through the hips since we did a lot of closed hip shapes today in our practice. Beautiful. Next inhale, we come on up. Use the hands on the backs of the knees to close them. Make your way to the middle of your mat and then roll on down. Bring your knees with you in towards your chest. Take a nice little rock here from side to side. You're going to bring the soles of your feet to the ground. Then we're going to do a really gentle twist. So arms tee out at shoulder height, palms can face up. Hover your knees so your shins are parallel with the ceiling, and then allow both of your knees to fall over to the right side. You can take your right hand on top of that left leg just to help keep it down. And then you're working to get that left shoulder blade back onto the mat. Your gaze can turn to look over towards your left palm. And breathe here. Unclench your jaw. And again, our twists come from our belly. So as you exhale, really pull belly button towards the spine to help you engage into just a little bit deeper of a twist. Next inhale, Gaze comes back up through center first. Reach the right arm out at shoulder height, and then use the core to bring those legs all the way back up through center. And then exhale, you allow them to fall over towards the left. Knees stay stacked. Left hand can come right on top of the right leg, and then gaze can look over top of your right palm. Your eyes can close here if you'd like. And with every exhale, engaging through the core, trying to twist just a little bit deeper. One last inhale here. And exhale. Next inhale, turn the gaze back up through center. Reach that left arm back out at shoulder height, engage through the core, bring those knees all the way back up. And then hands can rest on the shins. Give yourself a nice little rock from side to side. From here, arms reach up above your head. Soles of the feet connect to the earth. We're going to do one final chest and shoulder opener. So you're going to roll all the way over onto your stomach. Reach that right arm out at shoulder height. Plant the left palm beside your chest and allow that right temple to come to the ground. You're going to press into that left palm, start rolling yourself all the way back. You're going to bend through that left leg and the sole of the left foot connects to the ground. From here, you're going to reach your tailbone for your feet, finding engagement through the core so you're not letting your rib cage spill open. One more inhale here. And then exhale, we roll ourselves back onto our chest, switching sides. Inhale, left arm reaches out. Right palm connects to the ground beside your chest and left temple to the ground. Press into that right hand, taking that right leg up and over, sole of the foot connects to the ground. Again, think of reaching the tailbone for the feet, core is engaged here. Breathing deeply. Next inhale, we roll ourselves all the way back out. And then you're going to roll back onto your back for your final rest. Feet reach out nice and long, toes flop open to the side. Palms rest face up, eyes closed. And there's nothing left for you to do here other than rest. Soften through the soles of the feet, through the palms. Feel really heavy, like everything is just melting off your body into the ground. You can stay here as long as you'd like, or when you're ready, you can start to wake up the body by wiggling the fingers and the toes. Maybe making circles with the wrists and the ankles, a few in one direction and a few in the other direction. Arms start to reach up above your head, toes start to point. Stretch in any way that kind of feels good here. And then when you're ready, plant the soles of your feet on the ground and you'll roll to your left or right side. See if you can keep your eyes closed as you roll over, and then use the palm of your top arm pressing into the ground to bring yourself up through seated. When you arrive, palms will come together at heart center. Chin gently tucks in towards the chest. I invite you to turn the corners of your mouth up towards your ears, giving yourself a little smile for a job well done today. For a time on your mat where you just got to play and try fun things, where maybe you realized you were stronger than you thought you were when doing prep for your headstand. Or maybe you started to notice those areas of your body where you're just a little tight. That's also so beneficial. When you're ready, you can gently flutter your eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me for your practice today. A great way to kind of end off your practice is with one of the meditations that are available in the GFit portal. So if you have time, I invite you to do that. And as always, there's lots of other wonderful workout videos that you can try out in the portal as well. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks again for joining me.